What's up, guys? It's been a while, but I'm back. I'm Lawrence Linker. I'm here with BlockOffice at the BlockCon event in Seoul, a side event for the Korea Blockchain Week that has just been absolutely popping off this entire week. Today, I'm going to speak to three very special people. One, a colleague of mine at BlockOffice called Jesse. We're going to learn a little bit about his experience and his passions. Two, we're going to speak to Choo from CoinMarketCap, who has a really interesting background and experience as well. And then lastly, we're going to speak to Sophia Fang from GSG Ventures and get her perspectives as a crypto venture capitalist. So a bit of a 3-in-1 for us today. I hope you enjoy the conversation. So I'm here with Jesse, VP of Partnerships based in the US for BlockOffice. And you've got a super interesting background, Jesse. I remember we were talking about it before. I was really interested.
Yeah.
So I thought it'd be great for people to hear a little bit more about you, a little bit about the types of profiles that we get working for us at BlockOffice.
Sure. So back in 2016, I started my branding marketing agency with some of my partners. We're fortunate enough to work with a lot of K-pop entertainment. Mm-hmm. So we're managing the merchandising side of the business for them, entering into the US market. I was doing that for a while, so I had a K-pop domain. During COVID, I came to Korea and happened, I had an opportunity to help one of my friends with his crypto project. That's when I first got into crypto, end of 2019. As I was delving into the crypto industry, I knew that this was gonna hill that I was gonna die on.
Yeah.
This is fascinating. I know this industry is just way too early, has so much opportunity. So I decided to take my K-pop domain and crypto domain, merge it together and start a K-pop metaverse. Turns out that K-pop metaverse itself was just way too early. I had kind of, paused that a little bit. And now, I'm with BlockOffice, and, what I really love about BlockOffice is that, we actually offer the services that I wish I knew when I was running my own startup. Because, we ended up spending way too much time and money into the things that was, if I think about it now, is unnecessary or way too overpriced for startups. That's what I really love about BlockOffice. It's just very tailored and bespoke to the startup, where they have to save a lot of cost and focus on the things that actually matter. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So great. That's why I'm here at BlockOffice. Currently enjoying every process, great, providing value to our clients. Yeah.
So let me ask you. So we're here at the BlockCon side event, which is a BlockOffice hosted side event as kind of concurrently with the Korea Blockchain Week. We're here in Seoul. And so you're Korean.
I'm Korean, yeah. Korean American, yeah.
Did you grow up in Korea or in the US?
Yeah, so I grew up here in Korea until the age of 14. Okay. And then I moved to the States with all my families and with my parents.
Is there like a special feeling for you of like, hey, I'm back in Korea, like?
Of course, yeah. This is my home.
Yeah.
I still have a lot of relatives and family here, so it does feel like my home.
Yeah, that's great. That's really cool. And let me ask you, you've been at the KBW conference, which is like just a huge conference, right? It's one of the biggest internet crypto conferences internationally of the year. Mm-hmm. When you're meeting people at a networking event or whatever, is there something that tells you like, oh, this would be the perfect client for BlockOffice?
Yes, and I think we're at a very fortunate and very privileged position where we can serve our services or serve clients in all verticals of the industry, from VC, from funds to layer one, layer twos, market maker, meme coin or launchpad, RWA, payment services. So whatever they are in, we can service them, right? So I think that's one of the privileged privilege that we get as a service provider and a back office partner. But specifically when I meet clients, I see different phases or different life cycle of a project. So if they're very early, let's say, and have a great idea that they want to execute, and have no entity setups or incorporated, then we can come in and say, hey, we can help you with the structuring and incorporation. But if they're a little more established, let's say they already secured a seed round investment, so to say, then we can actually approach with a different angle where we can be like a financial back office partner where we provide bookkeeping, accounting, financial statement preparation, things like that, so that we can help them stay compliant. So I see different angles with different clients. So I wouldn't say there's like one perfect client, but everyone can be our client.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you have a type of client that you personally enjoy working with the most?
Just I would say any startups, any startups, early stage, pre-seed to I say Series A. They have all great ideas and very enthusiastic and very passionate about their projects. So I like working with them in general.
Yeah, it can be really inspiring to work with those really passionate founders, right? You kind of feed off of their energy, right? I've experienced that as well. Great, man. Jesse, is there anything else that you'd like us to know about you, or anything you want to share with our audience today?
No, if you guys ever struggle with compliance, legal or financial back office, or anything on the legal side, then we can help. So,
and where will you be next? Where could people meet you next?
So I'll be going to Singapore next week. So I'll be there for Token 2049. So you can find me there. And otherwise, I'll be in the US, in OC, California. So
nice.
Yeah, that's also the second place where they can find me.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Jesse, thanks so much.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm here with Choo, who is head of ecosystem,
head of CMC Labs and CMC Launch.
Head of CMC Labs and CMC Launch. So of course you've heard of CoinMarketCap, one of the top sites for tracking data around crypto tokens, the market cap of coins, as the name suggests. You may not know that CoinMarketCap also does invest and incubate projects. And so tell us a little bit about that side of CoinMarketCap.
Sure. So CMC Labs was established in 2024. We're basically a marketing accelerator rather than an incubator.
Okay.
So the way we work with projects is that we look out for pre-TG projects that are looking out for acceleration in the marketing space. So a lot of projects, they're young and early stage. They're not exposed to the crypto world, and they just want to get more users. So they usually come to CMC. They say, hey, Jin, let's work with CMC Labs. I want to boost my engagement on Twitter. I want to get more users to use our platform, our DeFi protocol, right? Or our GameFi. So whatever that project may be in any vertical, they can just come and work with CMC Labs. In exchange, we get a percentage of tokens from the projects that is part of CMC Labs fees.
Got it. Okay. So a deal is early stage
yes, sir.
project.
So usually it's not too early stage. It's not in the pre-seed round or seed round.
Right.
It's more towards the TGE stage.
Okay.
Just maybe a couple months off from TGE.
Okay.
So that's what we're looking for.
Right. So when you're taking tokens, it's typically liquid tokens.
No. So we are very fair in that sense. We do take tokens vested over a year period to a year and a half at most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, look, I'd love to know just a little bit more about you. I don't know if you've seen my podcast before, but what I try to do is just like kind of like casual conversations with folks, you know?
Sure.
This is my first time meeting you.
Yes.
I'd love to just hear more about you. And, you know, why don't we start with that?
Sure. So I started crypto since 2017.
Okay.
That was my first cycle. I recall Bitcoin being $4,000 when I first entered.
Sure.
It was amazing. I mean, $4,000 at that point was all-time high. And there were, little talks about Bitcoin already.
Sure.
And then when I joined, I said, hey, Bitcoin is pretty high, like all-time high now, you know? So I was a bit, cautious when I started entering crypto. I came from a finance and trading background, so I do have some experience trading stocks.
What background was that?
That was trading stocks in Malaysia, basically.
Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
Right. So I used to trade stocks a lot, and when I pivoted,
Like professionally or personally?
no, just personally, man.
Okay. Yeah.
So when I pivoted to crypto, I noticed that there's so much inefficiencies in the market.
Sure.
Back then, there were no market makers for some of the exchanges.
Okay.
So if you, Bittrex was the leading exchange.
Okay.
Binance started, I think, sometime in August or September. Right? And I was one of the first 1,000 users who registered for Binance.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when Binance came out, they were trying to compete with Bittrex back then.
Okay.
There was like a 2% price difference on both exchange.
Okay.
You could literally watch Bittrex going up first, and Binance will always lag by 2%.
Okay.
It was the best scalp trading in my life, man. Like,
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So for any traders in the space, I think that was like the time of their life.
Okay.
August till December 2017, I think that bull run is probably the biggest bull run for any crypto OGs in the space.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Just because the markets were so
There was
inefficient.
so much inefficiencies, man.
Yeah. Okay. And so, how did you get your start in crypto professionally?
Oh, professionally, I worked in an exchange before in 2019. I used to lead the strategy in the exchange. So basically, we were just looking out for ways to introduce referral programs.
Okay.
Because these were all very new to exchanges back then.
Sure.
Like referral programs.
Which exchange do you say which exchange?
Well, it's an exchange that no longer exists, unfortunately.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Many. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
A lot of exchanges come and go, right?
Yeah.
So it's just one of the small exchanges. But yeah, in the exchange, we learn a lot about user acquisition, what sort of ways to attract new customers.
Sure.
Referral programs is one of them.
Yeah.
There were a lot of other things. And then fast forward to 2021, I joined CoinMarketCap.
Okay.
So it's
Okay. So you've been at CoinMarketCap for a
long
while.
time.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's actually my 4th year now.
Yeah.
In CMC. I started CMC Community when I first joined CoinMarketCap.
Yeah.
CMC Community is essentially our social platform.
Okay.
Right? We were trying to get people from Twitter to move on to CMC to talk about crypto.
Sure.
So that was the idea behind it, right? We wanted to create a space for crypto people to talk about crypto
Yeah.
within CoinMarketCap itself.
Right.
So that was my
and
first.
is that still?
Yes.
And where do they? Is it like a message board or?
It's a full-fledged social platform on CoinMarketCap.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So anyone who has a CoinMarketCap account essentially you have a way to talk to other people, tweet about your thoughts. You can even post predictions, price predictions.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I had no idea.
Yeah. So that is pretty big right now.
Yeah.
We have more than 500,000 daily active users.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
And then, after CMC Community, I joined CMC Labs. I started CMC Labs.
Okay.
And then CMC launched this year.
Okay. What's the difference between CMC Labs and CMC Law?
Good question, man. The CMC Labs is more a marketing acceleration, right? But it's targeted towards like projects that are sort of tier 1, but not really top tier.
Okay.
So we're more loose on the sense that we accept projects on a tier 1 level, but not up there.
Yeah.
Whereas CMC Launch, we look at very high level projects, like very, very good quality projects.
Okay.
So Esther Dex happens to be our first CMC launch project.
Oh, that's a great one to start with.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
So we worked with Esther in May for 1.5 months. The campaign ran for 1.5 months.
Yeah.
And we recently did a PR around our success. we achieved great numbers for them.
Tell us, this is your time to shine, man. Tell us the highlights.
So Esther, we did a campaign for 1.5 months, right?
Okay.
When they started as the campaign, they only had 300 million daily trading volume.
Okay.
At the end of the campaign, they hit 2 billion in trading volume.
Incredible.
In June.
Yeah.
I wouldn't credit everything to CMC Lab, CMC Launch entirely,
Yeah.
but I do feel that they've gained quite a bit of traction.
Yeah.
Just because we were, pushing them constantly through our socials, on CMC page itself.
Yeah.
We actually have a CMC Launch page specifically for Esther.
Okay.
So all our users will just push to this page
Yeah.
to register an account, start trading with Esther,
Yeah.
and I believe that basically provided the fuel to the success.
Yeah. How much? So I used to work in exchange as well, so I'm familiar with some of the challenges along with growing the user base and specifically with attribution. I want to ask you a question about for the Astor example,
Yeah.
right? Are you able to track how much, how many users that you sent to Astor?
Yes.
You are,
Yes.
right?
Yes, sir.
But not connect that specifically to volume.
Yes, correct. So there's no way for us to actually track how much that CMC users attribute to the trading volume that
Yeah.
Esther got. Yeah. So unfortunately, there's no way to track.
Not
that.
for you, but Astor,
Esther probably would.
they probably know.
Yes, they
right?
probably would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would they
that's right.
share that information with you?
I don't think so, man. I don't
Okay.
think so, yes.
Yeah.
And right now, obviously, they are way above 2 billion today, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
But we are pretty happy. We on the social front, we gave them 400 million impressions.
Incredible.
In 1.5 months.
Yeah.
Our CEO Rush has recently tweeted about it. Obviously, CMC has also retweeted that.
Yeah.
So all the stats are basically online, man.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And what, building off of that success, what other types of products would you like to see come on board for CMC Labs? This is for
That was for CMC launch.
CMC Launch. What other type? What would be your ideal next project for CMC Launch?
Well, good question, man. For CMC launch, to be honest, we're just looking out for projects that have high growth potential. So as you know, Perp DEX was a thing since a couple of months back. When
Sure.
Hyperliquid launched,
Yeah.
everyone was talking about perpetual DEX.
Sure.
And then Esther came about, and we thought, hey, this might be the next narrative.
Yeah.
So we jumped on it quickly,
Yeah.
we captured the attention, and luckily for us, they did really well.
Yeah.
As for what will come next, honestly, my guess is just as good as yours, right? It was really, really difficult to pinpoint exactly what narrative, but for us, I think the debt narrative, the treasury debt narrative was a very good one. But most of these coins that are in DATs are obviously matured coins, right? CMC launch, we're looking out for projects that are in pre-TG stage and are willing to give out tokens to users.
Yeah.
If you're looking to distribute tokens to CMC users, CMC launch is perhaps the best platform to do it. Right? We have millions of users ready on board. All you gotta do is just distribute tokens to the users.
Yeah, I could see that being a really powerful offering for just the right type.
The right type of project, right?
Yeah.
I think finding the right type of project is like picking a needle in a haystack.
Yep.
It's as good as that, right?
Yeah. But that's so often the case in business, right? And the more you can narrow your focus, the more powerful what you can offer
Precisely.
is, right? So look, I love that. And congratulations so much on
Thank you so much.
success with Astor.
Thank you so much.
Hope that we keep in touch.
Yep.
Hope you give us a retweet on this
Of course.
video as well. And I'll see you at Token.
Thank you so much. Yes, of course, brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right, so I'm very pleased to be here today with a venture capital professional I have some personal history with. So this is Sophia Fang from GSG Asset Management. And we've worked together before because GSG was an investor in my previous startup.
Yes, well, we're honored.
Oh, thank you very much. But I want to talk to you today about your perspective as you've been in crypto VC for a little while now. So I'd love
4
to
years.
hear about that journey. And then maybe specifically about your experience with Korea, because we're here in Seoul for Korean Blockchain Week.
Yeah.
And I'd love to hear more about your experience with that. But why don't we just start with just a quick intro for any those that may not know you. Tell us about yourself.
Sure. Thank you, Lawrence, for having me. So a little about myself. I've been in crypto for almost 8 years, since 2018. So I got into crypto building a layer 1 protocol. I was head of BD at Silica.
Okay.
And subsequently, I joined my current firm, GSG, which is a Singapore-based asset management company, heading venture investments there. So being in crypto for several different cycles and seeing through different things, and this is probably my 3rd time at Korean Blockchain Week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has this traditionally been like a good event for you?
Yes. I think if I were to recommend, I guess for best conferences of the year, it's definitely going to be East Denver, ECC, KBW, and Token 24/9.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And what is it? I guess what is it that makes a good conference?
I think the attendance for sure, the vibrant. I think mostly all the investors, all the founders are here at KBW, so you really get to squeeze all your meetings, all you want to do within 5 days, within the week. You are all here, and it's a great city, right? You can just go for coffee places like this, and the main conference venue is great. It's really a very productive week for you to do businesses and have fun at the same time. And it's Korea. Who doesn't love Korea?
Yeah, absolutely. So we were talking about the importance of Korea as a market. Now, people who have worked in crypto, like I guess, yeah, you might not know this unless you've like worked at a crypto company, but Korea is actually a super important market for crypto companies. Why is that?
So as we speak, I think just about 40 minutes ago, we saw the announcement of Naver acquiring Orbit Exchange. I think that's a very significant move for like a Korea's business, traditional business, to enter crypto.
Yeah.
It's just the equivalent to, for example, like Google acquiring Coinbase. Right. So we do see Korea has moved a lot since the very beginning of crypto in terms of both, I guess, regulation and community. And overall, I went to, for example, like a KOL dinner on the first day I got here this week, and the trading environment is really just active here. So that's why you do see people are, for example, founders are trying to get on all the Korean exchanges like Admin and Bison, and people are trying to build community here. You almost see every single project having like a lead of Korea and trying to enter the market here. So this is why Korea has been a super important market for all the founders as well as investors.
Yeah, and actually I think I remember from my days at BitMEX, on a per capita basis, nobody trades more crypto than Koreans. Koreans are responsible for so much trading volume at all exchanges worldwide. Like you just cannot ignore the Korean market. Like it's just such an important market.
Yeah.
So tell us about, so you started at Zilliqa, you moved to GSG, specifically focusing on the venture side.
Investments, yes.
Tell us about that.
Sure, I think it's very different from like the builder to the investors, because on the builder side, every day you really just think about how to grow your product, how to grow your platform. But on the investors, you kind of like have to see all sectors and decide what sectors you are bullish on and what projects you are bullish on within each sectors. I think it's very different skill sets. I think having the builder experience gave me the instinct or the skill sets of like knowing what does it take for a project to succeed, which gave me like a very, very good instinct when I became an investor, when I try to evaluate what project a founder, what does it take for a founder to succeed. And I can transfer that experience and knowledge from being a builder to help the founders I invest into. So that has been super helpful. I mean, we have worked together before, so we worked very closely before, not only as an investor and founder, but we also work on like go-to-market, we work on how to list your tokens and really decide how to move forward with your strategy, with your products. I think having that close relationship between investors and founders really, really differentiate us from like many other VCs.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess I'm curious, as an investor, do you, how much are you going into meetings with specific ideas around, okay, here are the sectors that I believe are poised for growth, and I'm looking to meet founders and startups that match with the thesis that I already have, versus, you know, hey, here's a founder who has like a crazy idea, and maybe it's something that I haven't ever thought about, but I have so much belief in what this person is doing that I want to back them.
That is a very good question. So obviously, as a venture investor ourselves, we have our own in-house thesis. We have a few sectors that we focus on. For example, trading infrastructure. For example, scaling infrastructure of blockchain. So that brings us to have invested into a lot of, for example, scaling solutions such as layer 1, layer 2, and sector-specific layer 1, layer 2s. For example, RWA blockchain. So earlier this year, we have invested in Plume, which is RWA layer 1. So that falls into our thesis. So we do spend a lot of time trying to look for founders that fit into our thesis. At the same time, we are also very, very excited to look for founders who bring us new ideas that we have never heard of before, because new ideas and new sectors in crypto emerge really fast. Right? You know, for example, like before 2022, like DeFi was probably not like a sector or not a phenomenon. But
it's crazy to think about how recent that is, right?
I know.
I know.
So like we are always happy to, for example, like sperm racing, right? Like sperm racing was never a thing, and this year we see like sperm racing project.
Sorry, what kind of racing?
Sperm racing.
Sperm racing?
Sperm racing.
What is that?
So it literally means sperm racing. It's like sperm that race. It's a racing competition, but within sperms.
Sorry, what? Hold on, what word are you saying here? I'm like.
I think we can talk about that later.
I haven't heard about this. Do you know about this? No. Okay.
So there was a project who does like sperm racing.
Sperm, like
sperm.
semen.
Yes.
And they're racing the sperm.
Yes.
How?
Well, in labs.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So things.
What's the utility of this? Is this
to identify the most competitive sperm?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So things like well, I'm trying to say is like, you know, new ideas, new narrative, and new sectors emerge really fast in crypto. And not all the time, you know, we have our thesis and we go to founders. We are always very, very open and excited to hear founders come to us with a very, very new idea. I think copycats, we have seen enough copycats before. And sometimes it works because they really have good execution. And we love founders with good execution skills, even though it's a copycat. But we also value innovation. If a founder brings us like a very new idea that we have never heard of before, that is something that really excites us.
Sure. Actually, that's a great question. Maybe dig into that piece a little bit more. Would you have if I said you have to pick, would you rather pick a team with a really innovative idea or a team with really strong execution skills?
I would love to have both.
Oh, come on. If you have to pick one.
If I have to pick one, that's a tough one. If I have to pick one that doesn't have the other.
Or is not as strong in the other, let's say.
I would definitely pick the one with strong execution, because execution is the key. You can have a great idea, but without execution, nothing's gonna really realize, right? So, but we value innovative ideas, but if we have to compromise on one, execution is always the first.
That makes sense to me, because I think one thing I've seen a lot of in the industry is innovative ideas are very easy to steal, but strong execution is very hard to replicate.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of examples of projects coming out with incredible ideas first to market, and then right behind them comes another team that can do the same thing, but they're just a little bit better at execution, and they can take that first position very quickly.
Yeah.
Do you think that there's any examples of projects competing right now where that could happen?
You mean like a team with better execution?
Yeah.
I think the latest trend, obviously, everybody has been seeing is Perpdex.
Sure.
I do think Hyperliquid was both innovative and have a strong execution.
Right.
That's why they had their leadership position now. And now we see other people are trying to, catch up. Or if not, become better.
Yeah.
We see Esther, we see Lighter, and all those people are trying to. I think like those two Perpdexes exceed the trading volume of Hyperliquid briefly in the past few days.
Is that right? Okay.
I believe, if I'm not wrong, I think Esther's trading volume surpassed Hyperliquid yesterday. I have to fact check on this, but Lighter definitely surpassed the trading volume of Hyperliquid a few days ago.
Wow.
But that's the trading volume. Obviously, you have other indicators like open interest and everything.
Sure.
But we do see people are trying to realize Perpdex really has product market fit.
Yeah.
And with a good performance, with a good user experience, it's a whole new generation of Perpdexes. If you compare to the past generation like GMX, right? It's a whole different business model which has proven product market fit.
Right.
So people are trying to enter the space with always with better user experience, always with faster throughput for professional traders. So I do think this is the sector that I monitor really closely.
Yeah.
I do think there are going to be challengers to Hyperliquid that potentially going to take over Hyperliquid.
Yeah. So this was actually the example I had in mind when I asked the question. I did not know that the Hyperliquid challengers were so much of a threat already. So it'll be interesting to see if this is like, a bit of beginner's luck, like maybe people just trying them out, or if they're able to maintain like an advantage against Hyperliquid. That'll be really interesting to see.
Yeah. I think people are always trying to build better experience, and better experience is always going to happen. I think with our scaling solutions all in places, we're going to see more Perpdexes that have everything on chain with full transparency, with cross-chain collateral capabilities, and with basically better trading experience for professional traders. It's going to take market share from centralized exchanges.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
So it seems to me we're in currently, if we look at where the excitement in the market is right now, there's Perpdexes, there's stablecoins, there's DATs, there's cards, crypto cards have made a resurgence. RWA, a little bit, it's kind of hanging around. What other narratives do you see as being really important in the current environment?
I think you pretty much covered almost everything, but I think another really important sector is AI. I think people are trying to leverage AI technology to improve decision making in whether trading or identity. So I think we have seen many new AI projects coming, like emerging, trying to basically improve the productivity of people making decisions in crypto. I think one example is really, AI agents who help you to make trading decisions and making payments. There are a bunch of AI payment agents out there. So those are going to be a very important sector to watch on, because not because they are revolutionizing or changing the way people interacting with assets, but they are basically improving experience. For example, right now you subscribe to a bunch of data platforms, or you talk to KOLs to make your trading decisions. But I think in the future that's all going to be automated by AI.
Yeah, I mean, AI seems to be like the narrative, the broader narrative that just won't go away, right? And I think it deserves the attention it gets. Is there anything that that you personally, have like a thesis on that, like you feel like people aren't even looking at or aren't even thinking about that might be coming along?
I think my personal thesis has always been in the trading infrastructure. And this is our fund's focus for the past few years as well.
Yeah.
We had a few investments just in projects and founders who were trying to build better trading infra, because we also do tradings ourselves.
Yeah.
And I think having a good trading platform, having a reliable trading platform has always been a struggle for especially institutional traders.
Sure.
And this is why I mentioned the example of Perpdex and Hyperliquid. I think having that platform or having that narrative, that direction in place, it's going to drive more institutional adoptions, because people are looking for reliable places to trade.
Yeah. Okay, I want to close off with one question that's going to be quite different. So I want to ask you about MBAs. Okay.
Sure.
So I'm an MBA. I ran an MBA admissions consulting firm for a long time. I know you're an MBA as well. I can think of a handful of other like MBAs working in crypto, in the crypto community that I know of. A lot of Columbia MBAs for some reason, right? Like you're a Columbia MBA. Something of Kevin Cole also. Calvin Shen, also Columbia MBA, right? Hassan is a Harvard MBA. But generally speaking, I feel like we work in an industry that doesn't like think very super highly of MBAs. And I want to ask you if you feel like getting an MBA was helpful for you in what you do now.
Sure. I think I would always tell my friends, because I have like many friends who also came to me, asked me whether or not I do think my MBA was useful.
Yeah.
And the answer was always yes. Not particularly in the crypto space, but I think in general. Even today, I work in TradFi. If I were doing consulting or banking, I think that would be as helpful as it is today to me. Because I think because of the network, I would just give you a very good example, because I got my current role because of my MBA network.
Okay.
Because Kevin went to the same school as I did. And that's how we met, and that's how he approached me when I was graduating to join GSG to head a venture. So that is, in that sense, it was super helpful. I think even now, as you mentioned, there are so many Columbia MBA in the industry, and it's very easy to form the network. And if you have anybody who you want to reach out to, it's just a text message away. I think that network has been super helpful in crypto.
For sure.
Not only in crypto. I think like crypto is still a very small portion among all the MBA grads, right? For example,
of course, it's not a target industry for MBA grads, right?
Not.
Most MBAs are not like going to go into crypto.
Like I graduated in 2021, and we didn't have like a crypto or blockchain group within our career center yet. But now they do.
They do.
Now they do. So I think for my year, only less than 30 people went to work in the crypto industry. Upon graduation, now we have more, because people work in banking for a couple of years and realize, okay, they want to do something more fun, more innovative, and they join crypto. But that was not a thing. But now, obviously, I think more and more people realize this is really, driving the innovation, driving the next generation of like what they want to do. And I was just listening to a panel yesterday at a conference where it's a stablecoin topic. They had speakers from Cumberland, from Circle, from Artemis, and people were sharing how struggled they were building a traditional payment system. And that's why all those amazing founders came to crypto to build the next generation of payment technology in blockchain. So I guess that's the direction that a lot of MBA are also seeing, and that's why crypto has become a more popular career choice.
I see that. Well, I'll tell you my personal thesis, and I'll share with everyone. I think MBAs in general are not super. It's mostly a pretty risk-averse group of folks, so that's not always the best match for crypto, early stage crypto in particular. But MBAs tend to be very systematic thinkers. they, at any graduate business program, you learn about like business organizations, leadership, stuff like that. And I think that having worked in a few different crypto startups and having visibility in a number of different crypto startups, I believe that the industry really suffers from a lack of this type of thinking. So I want to encourage, I'm still a big believer in the MBA as a degree, and I want to encourage more crypto leaders to look into hiring MBAs. You need them, I think, probably more than you think you do. This is not to say don't hire the engineers. This is not to say don't hire the entrepreneurs, the doers, that's really important as well. But there's something to be said about learning about organizations and systems in an academic setting that I think is real. So look, I'm happy to close with that. Sophia, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Very nice to see you again.
Nice meeting you.
I'll see you at Token.
Yes.
Okay. Guys, I hope you enjoyed these conversations as much as I enjoyed having them. As a reminder, nothing said by me or any of my guests is financial advice, and you always must do your own research before making any investment decisions. And lastly, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that I joined BlockOffice because as a startup founder myself in the crypto space, I know how easy it is to get bogged down by all the paperwork and operational work needed to get a crypto startup off the ground. If you're in that position, or if you know someone who's in that position, BlockOffice would love to help. Whether it's entity creation, corporate structuring, corporate secretarial work, financial operations, fractional CFO or COO work, BlockOffice is set up to help you grow your startup and keep it well managed and help you scale quickly without getting bogged down in the type of work that just isn't core to what you need to be doing to make sure that you're successful. If this is relevant for you, or if you know someone that this may be relevant for, please don't hesitate to reach me personally at lawrence@blockoffice.com, and I'd be happy to get you started. See you at the next conversation.